Hey there. So today we're going to look at adding products in your store, and I'm going to let you know a few things about what you had asked about your products. So the first thing is you're no longer limited to 10. You can put as many as you want and as many variations as you want. And we'll kind of go through a simple ad for this video, and then we'll look at more complex options later on. Now, first thing I want to point out. Oh, hold on. First thing I want to point out again here is this help. Click for help here. And WooCommerce. Now, WooCommerce is your store. So you can always come in here and follow through these help guides. If something I say is not clear, or you just want to jump ahead. Okay, so adding a product. You'll come over here on the left down to products, and you'll just click on that. And then once the page opens, you'll click on add product. And then you'll name your product based on whatever criteria you come up with. I recommend the name of the painting. So in this case, let's say Born to be Wild. We'll say Born to... I probably did that wrong. Yeah. This top bar here is your short description, which I will show you what that means. And this bottom one is your long. No, I've got that exactly backwards. This is my long. This is my shorts. Okay, so basically this top one being the long one, it's where you want to put all the product details and just describe it to a T on how you would sell this. So this is where you're going to talk about how you produce this piece of art, what size it is, what kind of print it is, and so on and so forth. The short product description is the quick 1 to 2 liner of well, let's go look at it real quick, because I think what you have in here, yeah, these 1 to 2 liners is what you'd put in there. And for the long one, you can actually, well, let's even reverse that, just for the sake of not creating a bunch of extra work for you. You could say this is the short, and this will look nice, so you'll see what I'm talking about. And this is the long, and you can add to this, but you don't have to, and you'll see in just a moment what it will look like. Okay, so coming down to the actual part where you build your product, you have several options here. You have simple product, group product, external affiliate product, which you won't be doing any of that, and then variable product. For originals paintings that you're making to sell, you're going to do a simple product. So you'll select simple product. You'll give it a SKU number, which is unique to each painting. And there's different methods you can use for this. So maybe you could do like a year that you painted it in, and then the number of painting it was for that year. So this would be in 2014. This was the first painting you did. And I don't know, I'm not saying that's true, but you can understand the point of how that works. Your regular price is the top end, so let's say $5.50, and then your sell price, which you don't have to use this at all, is what it would be on sale for. So you could say $5.85. Now the cool thing is you could actually schedule a sale, so you can say it's only going to be on sale from April 1st through the 30th. So what you can use that for is to say, if you're going to a show, you can put your paintings on schedule for your show and tell people at the show, hey, if you go to the website within the next 15 days or whatever it is, you'll get a discount on the paintings, and then after that the discount's over. Well, I better not jump ahead here. Okay, so the next thing you can do is enable stock management. Now, if this is original, there's only going to be one. No back orders, and currently in stock, yes. And then you also would have sold individually checked. Now remember, this is for an original, so in your shipping area, you can come in here and fill out some shipping details. Now you'll have to work through this. So if you get one of the shipping tubes, or if you're going to do a frame, you would come up with one of the boxes and weigh it, and then you'd put in the information here and say, okay, this is 8 pounds, and let's say it's a tube, so it's 3 foot long. Now that's you'd be looking at, how do they do that? Let's just say it's 3 foot long, 3 inches wide, and then I guess you probably leave height alone. I'm not sure. When you go to ship it, at UPS or, oh, these are inches, by the way, and you can change these dimensions to match. So you could say these are feet, but these are inches, so you want to keep note of that. So if it's 3 feet, it's 36 inches, then 3 inches diameter. The shipping class. Now I set some of these up earlier, which I think I showed you in the earlier video. So there's that. Linked products. If you have other products, you can come in here and start typing their name or the SKU number, and then you can link them together as an upsell or a cross-sell. So an upsell example would be selling an original and not offering the frame, but upselling the frame. So you put in 2 separate products, the original painting and then a frame for the painting, and then you charge an extra $200 for that or whatever it is. So that becomes an upsell. Cross-sell would be maybe similar paintings that have a similar look or feel to them, or maybe just go well together. And then you can do groupings as a last option, which is to say, if you buy maybe 2 or 3 certain paintings together, or several paintings with frames, you get a small discount. The attributes page, this is where you can, if you don't want to make the frame a separate item completely where you're upselling it, you can make it a attribute of this item where it's just a checkbox that will automatically add it in the total, which is probably more true to an actual upsell, but there's slight differences between them. And then on the advanced, I pretty much don't use these options here. You could add a purchase note that says thank you, or your menu order can change how this product is displayed in relation to the others. So you can set your menu order to say, I will always want this to be the number one product. I have something else I want to always be the number two. So you can come in and adjust that. All right. So we've kind of taken care of the, what I'm going to call the center options. We've got a title. We've got a long description. We've set our product details and features. And then we've got a short description. On the right hand side, we've got our categories. And then we can also tag this. And the thing about the tags, there's no specific rules to this. But basically, for your categories and your tags, you use them to the best way that makes sense to you. So, for instance, your categories are sortable. Let's call them classes on your website. So you can set up a page or a search that says, show me all the products where an option is selected of birds. Or show me all the products where an option is selected of birds and wildlife. Or show me all the originals. And that's a little different than a tag because the tag is more, I like to think of it as, the categories are more of a selectable option search, and then the tags are more of a keyword type search. So now if someone types in one of these keywords, it will pop up, which is a little more complicated than that, but that's kind of a good way to just say it for now. So we're going to select this image. Now with the product gallery, if you had, this is like a high quality, scan that's been done for you. If you have like a picture of this in its frame, or maybe in a different lighting setting or on a wall, then you could do a product gallery to show, different modes of displaying this. Or maybe if you go take this to an art show, you might snap a picture at the art show and say, oh, here, we'll put this in the gallery, and now people that were at the art show can say, oh yeah, that's that one I saw. So it's really optional, kind of your choice on how you use that. So we'll go ahead and hit publish here, and we'll go look at it. Okay, so the first thing I'm going to show you is we aren't on April 1st yet, so there's no discount applied. The second thing is the short description shows up to the top right. And then you get your add to cart button, the categories and tags, and then your product, actually long description, shows up down here. Shipping information is in the additional details, and then if someone had maybe seen this at an art show or something along those lines, they could review it. Typically what you'll see is you don't get a ton of reviews unless you ask for them, and then on originals, you're only selling one, so it is optional. We could turn reviews off, but I think it's just generally better to leave them on. And let's see here. Category wise, so if we go to your shop, this kind of was, we don't have it turned on, but you could have a drop down that says, birds or whatever it is. And let's go look at that actually, because what's happened here is, so we have shop category birds, and this is what shows up. You can see this up in your URL, your website, product, category, which is abbreviated to cat, equals birds. So we can set up a search function or sorting function that allows those things to kind of come through. So that is the basic gist of, I think that should answer your questions. And that should be a lot clearer than the last video where we try to cover, quite a few things really quickly. So thank you very much.